I'm going to teach you how to use the new Duffy website. Here you see our new homepage. You see the scrolling banner, which will be updated frequently. You see the new header, which says Louise Duffy School with a dragon up top. What you need to know, being a teacher, is how to log in. Here you see where it says guest. You need to now click where it says login, and it will now bring you to the login screen. Your login name is the same as your email address. It would be your first name underscore last name. To use this as an example, I will use Sheila's username just so you can see what it will look like as a regular teacher. I will type in her password and I will click log in. You will now notice that at the top it says her name with a logout option. It also has a couple of other areas which we will discuss further during our training. But now I want to show you how you would actually go forward and change your password and possibly your username if interested. So you go up and you click on your name. In this case, I will click on Sheila's name, and it brings you to a new screen. You need to make sure that the email address here is your WHPS email address. I see that it is. So I will now go up to this tab, Edit User. I will click on it, and I will notice that I have a couple of options. Here is screen name. If you'd like to change your login name from your email address name, you can do that here. I would recommend you do not and that you leave that as is. If your email address is incorrect, please change it here. Her email address is correct. Now here for password, this is where I can change my password. You all have the default password we've talked about, but I would recommend you change it so no one else has access besides you. You would click here on password, type in your new password, then click again under re-enter password, type it in again, and then you would scroll down and click update user. Since I am not going to update her password, I will leave this as is. And when you are done, after you hit update user, you would then go to where it says Louise Duffy School, and you will click that, and it will bring you back to our homepage. Now let's take a second and look over the homepage. You may have already had some time to look over it, you may not have. I'll quickly do a rundown of what you see. At the top here you have a whole bunch of pull-down menus. All you need to do is scroll over it. For instance, for school info, we have the principal message, curriculum corner, and so forth, and you can follow along and see those at your leisure. For families, we have a place for the Dateline, for volunteers, the PTO will eventually have a page, and other links as well. Classroom pages. This is where you will actually go and access your classroom page. We'll go into that further in a minute. Specials, this is where you would go in and activate your page. This is the page for library. Support services, this is where you will activate your page. And then we have here links for teachers. We have a link directly to the intranet, to the staff directory. This will link you directly with ASOP, so you can go right there in case you forget the address. ProTrack, same thing, and AimsWeb. These three will produce an outside pop-up window. If your pop-up blocker is activated, you will need to deactivate that in order for that screen to pop up. And finally, a Contact Us page. Feel free to investigate and look through all these pages at your leisure. But right now, for the purpose of this training video, I just want to draw your attention to one more thing on our homepage. If you scroll down, you will notice there's a greetings, and on the left you'll see a calendar. This is our new master calendar. Down here under upcoming events, you can see all the events that are coming up with their dates and times. If you want to go specifically to the main calendar, you would click go to main calendar, and it will pull up our new Duffy calendar. Here you can see all the events, and the day of the week is now highlighted in blue. If you just scroll the mouse over, it gives you more details. You don't even have to do any clicking. And if you click on the event, it will actually take you more in depth into it. To go back to the main screen, you can hit the back button or just once again click the Louise Duffy header. You can now scroll down. The quick links on the right here will take you directly to these different pages. And finally, the last part is the what's happening. Down here at the bottom will be news that will be updated weekly, monthly, whenever you can get a news event to either Christy, myself, or to Jill. We will then turn it into a news event that parents can click on and read more about. After about a month or so, the story will then be archived and parents can access it, but it won't be found on here as we want to try and make this as recent and up to date as possible. That ends this part of the training video. Please watch the next video to learn about how to now activate, change, and update your classroom page.